What's going on, everyone? It's the Nerd Informer, and we haven't posted in about a week. Today we got a couple topics to talk about. The new Matrix movie. Got some questions about that. I liked it, but other than that, Witcher. I've been watching.
I gotta get back into The Witcher. I haven't watched any more of it.
I've been taking it slow, doing it. I try to do one a week or two a week because there's only 8 episodes.
I read a cool spoiler. I don't even understand it, so I don't want to talk about it yet because I need to understand it.
I'm all right with spoilers.
Talking about, so I don't even really understand it yet. So
Is it through The Witcher?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, you've been watching. Same with me. The Haunted of Bly Manor.
Haunting of
The Haunting
Bly
of
Manor.
Bly
Dude, that's so good.
It was so good. I enjoyed.
It starts
every
out
second
kind
of
of
it.
slow,
Yes.
like just like it's from the makers of The Haunting of Hill House.
Yes, and
So
some of the same actresses.
some
and
of the same
actors.
character. Yeah. They have some of those actors are in another series called
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass.
Dude, that looks
Yes.
incredibly good.
Me and my daughter watched it. We watched the whole thing.
Wait, I think we watched it.
The last
Is
two
it to do
episodes.
with that town with the church?
Yes. The
Okay.
last 2 episodes are insane, but it's like 8 episodes, I think.
Okay.
The rest of them they just tell the story, but it's slow. Like,
yeah, I'm all right with that.
It's slow, but they do drop little bits here and there that are like, wow, that's pretty cool or whatever. But the last 2 episodes are hardcore, like insane, and those are from the same people that made The Haunting of Hill House and Bly.
I think they did an incredible job on Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
That was probably my favorite so far. Just got
Yes.
done watching Bly Manor, and I gotta
Bly
say,
Manor was really good.
Did you watch it all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't like the ending and how I don't know. I just didn't like the ending, I guess.
The problem that I had with the ending was she went back and drowned herself in the lake.
Yeah.
But I thought the whole point was the woman to try to get out of the lake. Like that was the whole point of her wanting to be out of the lake. You know what I mean? So why would you go back and drown? And why would she go back and drown herself back in the lake?
That'd have been a reason, not because she didn't want to. You know
because the lady in the lake was the one who was killing people, and then no one could leave the property because she was trapped in a lake or whatever. So
it was a mind fuck in that episode when the lady was drinking wine and she kept going through different memories over and over and over.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
And then I kind of realized and put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, she's probably dead.
That's the thing is there's like one episode where it's nothing but that. Like they just keep playing the same scene.
Yeah.
With different variations, but basically the same scene over and over again for an hour. And I'm just like, what? So if you don't pay kind of close attention, you'll lose it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you won't know exactly what's going on and where you're at.
Because there's a different memory and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it's like episode 4 and 5, like right in that area where they start doing that. And it's part of being dead. I guess you go back in and relive these
memories that you can't change.
like when the lady kept coming to the door.
Yeah. Yep.
And he kept opening the door, like it's a really good series. I would like I liked all 3 of them.
I'm gonna have to watch Midnight Mass now.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. It's you know what it is? It's slow, but all the time you're expecting something crazy to happen because it's just that kind of show.
Yeah.
Like you never know when something's gonna happen, and when something does happen, you're like, holy shit, that was really messed up. You know what I mean?
Oh, and it's like really messed up usually.
Yeah.
I gotta say that is, I like the show. I just didn't like the ending as much, I should say. Overall, the show was awesome. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Great show.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Midnight Mass again. The Witcher's getting good.
What episode are you on?
4.
Okay.
I'm not watching it like I'm not. And I don't want to give anything away, but I would say it's definitely the route I like. The route it's taken is the route I like on it. So
I gotta get back into it.
You have to. It's great.
So they wrapped up Hawkeye. What do you think of that?
I've never. Well, what did you think of it? Let's see that.
Uh, I think it
I just couldn't get
was
into this one as much.
really.
Yeah.
I really like this one. It's different. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I'll say about the Disney series that they're doing. All of them are kind of different. Like WandaVision was way off the mark. It was way different. So that was super
Yeah.
cool to me. Loki, this was probably my second favorite one. I think I liked WandaVision better, and then Hawkeye, then Loki.
Really?
Falcons. Yeah.
No, I like Loki way better.
You know what I really like Loki, but you know what my problem was with that whole series was they kind of made him look like a bitch. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't the badass Loki that you expect to see.
I guess it's only because we've only ever seen him in that state of trying to be the badass.
Right. Well, that's
so it kind of gave that.
Yeah.
Why isn't he acting like I'm going to kill anyone who I want? And
yeah, they kind of made him like sympathetic, and they just I don't know, just kind of made him look weak. And now I feel like anything they use him for from now on, other than that role, is just not. He's not gonna.
Unless it completely turns around in season 2.
Right, like it's just not gonna fit.
It could, but you're right. I could see where you're coming from on that one. He does he does definitely appear to be a lot weaker and not himself, as in he'll do whatever he wants.
And I realize that that's kind of part of being where he's at, and but I don't know, man. It just there was hints of him being cool.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, they just kind of smacked him down, and
there's some parts that were fucking badass of that fucking show, dude.
Oh no, there was for sure. There was for sure.
Definitely.
I don't know. I think Hawkeye's my second favorite series.
I just didn't like Hawkeye. I liked it. Okay, I liked it way more than Falcon Winter Soldier.
What was your problem with Hawkeye? What was it?
I just not really a superhero type on him. How I look at it. You know what I mean?
I agree with.
But I like his character. Love it.
They didn't use him in like a superhero way, really. You know what I mean? They kind of made him like, I'm done with.
I believe he even did an interview about this, that he wasn't happy with his role as being Hawkeye.
I think you're right. I think I read something about that.
It was in a video that I watched. It was, I don't know who did the interview. Maybe IGN.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't read the interview, but I heard I read like the bits and pieces of it.
And like when the way he talks about it too, he's like not too happy about it. Like just talking about it in general, the movies.
Yeah.
He wasn't too happy, but other than that,
he didn't. I mean, he looked like a badass, but like not in the way that you would expect him to look like a badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not the superhero badass, kind of like the average guy.
Yeah.
The Liam Neeson badass. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like just the average Joe guy.
Yep.
That's kind of.
I still like him as Hawkeye. I just didn't like the show as much. I would say I still liked it a lot, but.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I like Hawkeye a lot. I like I like the way they did it.
Yeah, his character alone is badass. Like Ronan, and
they opened up some other series that are going to be coming out. They're going to be doing an Echo with the chick that's deaf. She's going to have her own series coming out. I
wonder how that one's going to go.
And the girl's going to be the new Hawkeye, which I think is kind of cool. We'll see how that works out. But she's never going to be like the superhero. You know what I mean? Like she's never really
more of like the
that.
klutzy. You know what I mean? Like she was very klutzy at times.
Well, I think that's the problem when you have such a great superhero. And I think the same thing would happen with like Iron Man. I guess that's a little bit different because Iron Man was just a regular man, but like I don't know, maybe Thor or Loki or whoever, but he has such a great character, and then they try to either go back and like show how he got created, or and I don't know, I feel like they just lose something because there's always that air of mystery of like how they get there, how did they Iron Man, they kind of showed the whole process of how he got to Iron Man.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, they did.
Hawkeye was like how it ended. You know what I mean? Like they didn't really go back into the past, but I think they did it pretty well. Do
you think she's gonna do a good job as Hawkeye?
Do
you think it will live up to Hawkeye? You know what I mean?
I think it all depends on how they use her and what movies they put her in.
I think that you know what I mean? Agree
like,
with you on that. Yeah,
because they always use Hawkeye pretty well, like especially in the first Avengers.
Yeah.
They used him
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good. But he was a badass and you didn't know much about him. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of
Yep.
like, and so that's always my favorite part is like there's a little bit of error mystery
Hmm.
and the guy's just, sits up on his perch with a bow and arrow. And
Yeah.
I think if you tell too much of a story, you can kind of lose a little bit of the character.
I hear you.
You would think it would be the other way, but for me, like him just being a badass is what I expect Hawkeye to be.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with Loki. You told too much of a story,
Now you go complete
and
opposite.
now you've made him, more of a sensitive, person or whatever you want to call it. And I don't know. I just I think that when you do that, you kind of ruin a little bit of the mystique.
Yeah, I wonder what
of
they're
it,
gonna do with the next Loki. On like how they're gonna make him act. It's just
I
because
wonder how
he's
it's gonna
been turned
tie.
on. He's been
I
turned
want,
on.
yeah. I wonder how
So
it's going to turn into how they're going to use it with the multiverse.
I want to know the same thing.
Because now they've introduced what's the guy, the big fat dude at the end of the Hawkeye?
Kingpin. No,
Yeah,
wait,
Kingpin.
no. Is it? Yeah, yeah.
They introduced him. We talked about Spider-Man the other day, and we didn't talk about
Kingpin and that,
the one scene where Daredevil was in it, where he was a lawyer.
and that he's in the
At
same
the table?
universe. They say as Kingpin is in the
Yeah.
same universe as Daredevil and Spider-Man. So
Right.
same universe as Hawkeye.
So they're saying, a couple of things that I read said that the Venom is going to be in Andrew Garfield's universe.
That'd be fucking awesome.
So it's going to be Andrew Garfield and Venom.
It's so funny now how they can
what they're
switch
saying.
roles on how they want to make a movie. Oh,
Yeah,
we're
'cause
gonna
now
use
they
that
can-
Spider-Man. We're gonna use
Yeah,
that
because now they
stuff.
can do whatever they want, and I think
Yep.
they'll probably reuse all of them at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're going to kind of bring them
back
back because
again together.
now there's like big online petitions to get Amazing Spider-Man 3 and
Oh yeah, dude. I could see
Spider-Man
it.
4 with Tobey Maguire.
Dude,
But see,
that
the
would
thing
be
about
so fucking
the
cool.
thing about Tobey Maguire was he looked old in that movie.
Run down.
Yeah, he looked old.
Not in
and
a bad
kinda-
way. Just he just
yeah,
looked,
yeah. I mean, he just for
had his time
Spider-Man.
acting.
Yeah, for Spider-Man,
Yeah.
But see, they usually Spider-Man or Peter Parker worked for the Daily Bugle, right? Taking
Yeah.
pictures for Spider-Man.
Yep.
He wasn't. Then they went into now he's in high school. You know what I mean? And now it's like
Now we get the toddler Spider-Man.
right.
You know what I mean? What's next?
Is he wearing a diaper? What is going on here?
Baby got bit while playing with a toy. see it.
Spider baby. Oh god, it's great. That's hilarious.
I could see it. I could see it. Well, you never know with these days.
I know you're dying to talk about Matrix, but I have a problem with Matrix. And
I knew you were going to.
And you're not
I
gonna
knew
like
you
it.
were going to.
And you're not gonna like it.
You didn't even watch it probably.
I did almost. Well, no.
There you go.
Hold on. Let me.
If you never watched the original Matrixes, I don't think you would have liked this Matrix.
Well, that's the thing. I really like the first Matrix.
That one is a
And
given. That is a
a given, and I think it's because it was so different and something new, and everybody went in blind, not really knowing a lot about. You know what I mean? Like everybody watched the same movie, so everybody went in blind, not knowing a lot about it. The second one I watched, I don't even remember a lot about it. It wasn't like my favorite Matrix movie.
that was
And
about the
third one-
key maker.
And the third one I didn't even watch. This one I got halfway through and I went to bed.
I knew you were gonna say that.
But
This
wait
is
a
the
minute.
thing.
But
It got
but
really fucking good.
I keep
like,
hearing that.
yeah. Trust me,
I keep-
it got really good at the second half part of the movie. Hands down, it got so good.
I keep hearing it. And it looked like it was going in that direction.
Mhm.
But once he took the pill,
Let's just say it goes into the direction of the first Matrix. That's what happens.
That might help, but it's tough to get through the first half because
It was. I went into it with an open
I
mind,
don't
knowing that it was
remember.
going to be.
You know what
really
it is,
good.
and I know I've only watched the original Matrix once, maybe twice, and it was
Yeah.
when it first came out 20
Yeah.
fucking years ago. So I don't remember a lot about him being like a game designer. You know what I mean? Like I don't really remember all that
Well,
about how
in the
this is all a
beginning-
video game and
in the beginning
And
of the Matrix One, when it says "Wake up, Neo" on the
right.
computer screen.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
programmer, and that's what he does
Okay.
is he hijacks programs and he sells them on the black market to those
Right.
people.
But he's not a
And
video game designer, right?
well, we don't know that he could be because he's a programmer. Like programmers generally do that kind of stuff,
Oh, right.
hacking and
Right.
creating programs. So he technically created it.
Well, that's what they say. They
But
say he
they
created the
didn't.
Matrix
We saw a different backstory. You know what I mean?
as a game. Right, right.
But
So
it's
that's
cool to
what
see. I don't know how much you saw, so I don't want to give away.
no,
You
he
did.
took
Okay, if you saw the red
he
pill,
took the pill and then he got into the pod. He woke up in the pod or whatever.
and that's where it
And
starts getting
that,
back into the old times.
that's about when I turned to shut it off when they started carrying him away and they wrapped him in a blanket on the table.
Okay, yeah, that's where it got really good. That's where he went to what he thought is Zion,
Right.
and like Naomi, the one that was dating Morpheus.
Yes.
She's like 100 years old,
Right.
and
Okay.
you can see that, but it's her. Like she's just older, and like
Right.
everyone's wondering why he didn't age or anything.
Right.
And so,
Well, and then like I don't know, the whole thing was confusing. Here's my problem about movies like that, and it's the same problem that I had with like Bly Manor. You start bouncing around from time frames and stuff like that. If you don't pay close enough attention, you have no idea what the fuck's going on.
it's very true. I mean, just watch the movie and
Right.
pay
Well,
attention to it.
I have a short attention span, bro.
I'm telling you, you don't even have to really watch. I mean, you watch the third one, you'll understand what Naomi is talking about.
That's what I feel like I need to rewatch them and then watch it again to give
I
it a
would.
fair shake.
I
Because I
would.
don't think I think I need to know more about because some of the stuff they're talking about, I had no idea what they were talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think that's probably what kind of messed me up. Kind of messed me up on it. I had a general idea because I'd seen the first and second one,
yeah.
but you know what
The
I mean.
third one
Like,
does. The new movie. You'd have to watch the third one to understand.
yeah, I feel like
especially
there's-
to the part with Naomi.
Right.
You'd be like, what is she talking about?
right, yeah,
Like, I watch it and then just skip to the part where he's woken up again. Yeah, I just skip to that part because that's when it gets really fucking cool. I absolutely enjoyed that movie.
it started out good. Like I liked when I'm having technical problems.
I knew it was going to be a weird movie up front, only because the creators of it just have really weird minds, I would
Right.
say. And so how they're creative with it. I mean, I understood what it was going to be like. So I went into it openly like, okay, I'm going to see some things I probably don't like, just go along with it.
It was cool the game story that they gave him or whatever.
Yeah.
But did they talk about him being a game programmer in part 3?
No.
Or is this the first we've heard about him being a
The
game?
first,
Okay, so
he's just a programmer from the first one.
right. I remember that.
Oh.
I don't remember anything about him like creating a video game.
Yeah.
And I guess that's their way of saying the Matrix was real, but kind of not because it was a video. You know what I mean? Like they're fucking with
Yeah.
his mind.
Yep. He doesn't know what's real or what's not real when he's in the real world.
Right.
And it's the same shit, but it gets really good. You got to give it a second chance.
Now I gotta watch it again. I need to watch part 3.
Watch the third
I
one.
need to watch them all again. So
Yeah, and then you'll see how it gradually gets worse.
right.
It's just
So is 4 better than
facts.
3?
No, four is better than 3. Yeah.
4 better than 3.
For the time frame, 3 is better. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's in Zion, the war's going on. That part's better.
Right.
But I'd say I really liked 4.
I kind of like what they did with Trinity and stuff like that. Like gave her a family and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And
A fake family. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
well,
No.
yeah, I know a little bit about it.
Okay,
but
well,
yeah,
I just gave
like-
it away. So
this is why I can't talk to you about stuff, bro.
they were only forcing her there.
Well,
I-
that's one of the reviews that I saw was they were talking about the whole point of the movie was him trying to save her,
yeah.
basically.
I don't want to give too much away, but it's
You
along
give it
those
away,
lines.
it's
No, you got to watch this one for yourself.
fine.
I'm not giving anything else away. It gets really good. I wish you would have watched that second half.
I was gonna watch it, but I just couldn't do it.
It was a long movie. It was 2 hours and 27 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was watching, and I'm like, okay. And you know what fucked me up? And it was right out of the gate. It was weird. Like right out of the gate, it was confusing, and like I
Yeah.
didn't really know what was going on.
Oh,
And
with how it was their first Matrix scene.
yeah, yes,
It's because of
yeah,
they're in a program that was a program that he made.
right, yeah. That they can go back. The dude with the Cyclops thing
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
right. He made a program to where they can go back and
No, it
and
wasn't his program. It was Neo's,
oh,
and it's
okay.
constantly playing. But they're going into that, into
So
his
they make it
program.
seem like Neo created the Matrix. Is that
Yep, yep.
okay? That's no. I gotta watch it again. I just it was tough to get through.
It's all right. I don't even
So,
want to
well.
mention some movies that was tough to get through. You're, we're not going
You
to fight
son of
that battle
you
today.
son of a bitch! I know where you're
We're
going.
not going to fight that battle.
Listen, I got through Interstellar. Okay.
That was probably one of the best movies ever
So,
created in life.
um,
Talk about Interstellar, man. The James Hubble telescope that just launched.
I saw that shit.
Do
That
you
looks
understand
cool.
what's going to happen now?
I mean, if everything
how
works right, yeah.
they can
I'm waiting.
see.
I was waiting for the motherfucker to blow up on launch. You know what I mean? Like,
I was not.
that-
You're probably like this. Blow up. Blow
no,
up.
no. Not that I wanted it to, but I don't
Know
know.
what you mean?
I had
Just
conspiracy
20
theories.
years in the making.
I had conspiracy theories running through my mind, like hundreds of billions of dollars, and oh no, it just blew up. You know what I mean? And like,
I know what you mean. Got to build another one.
yeah, got to build another
It
one.
took them
Right.
years to make, like
Mhm.
multiple. Yeah, it's like over 10 years, 15 years.
But yeah, it's supposed to be able to see like 13,000 light years away or something like that, like some kind of
Oh no,
ridiculous.
it's way more than that.
Yeah,
It's like over a million, and
is that
they
what it
can
is? Yeah,
see into the past.
that's what they
With
were saying. Yeah,
how far that telescope can see. Like they're
Yes.
trying to see the Big Bang, pretty much.
right. Yeah,
And that telescope can do it. Isn't that weird?
that's what they were saying. Yeah,
It's
I don't.
it's true.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me how that works.
This is what doesn't make sense because I wanted to write a book about this. I actually started writing like just like as like a cool fiction, like nonfiction book, just something like a sci-fi book. But
Right.
I don't know the correct answer for this. If anyone does, write in the comments. So if they're gonna see something that far away, and they want to achieve the Big Bang, they want to see it. They want to see creation.
Right.
The reason is it the reason? I think I've brought this up before. Like, if we look at something, if let's just say someone's looking at us from that far away and we haven't even evolved yet, we're still dinosaurs.
Right.
But right now in our time, we're here, but they can't see us. They only see a billion years ago.
Yeah, because
What-
it's still
This is the reason why we can't find alien life, is because of when we look, they're not there yet, but in their time, they're there. You know what I mean? Like we're here,
Mm.
but if someone's looking at us from that far away, we're not even here yet as people. So like, is that why we can't find anyone? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about though?
yeah.
Like, so they're always
I-
there. We're always looking for alien life. We're just looking too far. And it shows that hasn't even been colonized by people or aliens yet. It's still a forming rock in space. When really
So-
in their time at that far away, they're there. We just don't see them.
So they would have to be more. They would have to be more advanced than us and looking back at us
Yeah.
at that point, right?
But we would have to be like, you would think we'd have to be the same, because it makes me think like shit, like it's so possible for them like to be just like us, cities, like our world's fucking evolving, and
Right.
theirs is too. It's just that we're so far away from each other. When we both look, we see nothing but, hey, that could be possible, a planet that could have life. But when really it already does, and it's already a fucking fully populated with a billion people.
So they would. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on where it's at. I mean, it's all about distance.
Yeah, but everything's pretty far considering
Yeah.
the closest we've looked, we've never found anything. So
Right.
the farther we're going out, the time is slowed down for us. So we would see nothing. It's crazy.
It's
to
just
think
weird.
about.
It's just weird how they can do that. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? Like, how
It's
can you
insane.
look
Into the past,
like, yeah, like,
from a picture.
you know, they say if you look at a star, it's already burned out. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like thousands
Yeah.
of years ago.
Yeah,
So
exactly. But
that's when you
it's
think
insane.
about it. Like, I understand the science behind it, but it's insane to think about like how that's actually worked. Like, how do you look back? You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Well,
time
you're looking
light
forward.
light takes X amount of time to
Yeah.
get somewhere. So I understand. I get the physics of it, but
Like
it's just I don't know.
how
It's
does that
fucking
process happen where it's
right.
slowed down and they're not there yet, or
And
we're
you're right.
saving?
So you like alien life.
Yeah,
If say there's planets that inhabit alien life,
yeah,
which I don't know, there probably are.
definitely.
So
I'm gonna go with definitely.
I've been to a couple of them.
Son of a bitch, I've been picked up. But it's true if you think about it, it's like so true. Like I want to ask like a legit scientist that or astrologer, or you know what I mean? Like I would want to ask Neil deGrasse Tyson that
Right.
question. Like I've never heard that brought up in a podcast, and I've never heard that brought up in a question in anything really. So
But how do you know? Okay, so I'm gonna ask a stupid question, and
yeah,
it's gonna sound stupid. And so the satellite goes up into space.
Yeah.
And it looks like, what direction are you looking in? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it depends, I
you're
guess.
trying to find the Big Bang. Like, I don't know.
Well,
is
it's
it
going to
to
be
your right?
everywhere.
Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, I get that, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to put what
I,
I'm thinking into words.
I think that no
Like,
matter which direction they'd look at, it would show it.
like,
And
like if you just look 10 degrees that way, you would have seen it. You know what I mean? Like,
miss.
it's like my
But
golf shot. If it was 10 feet to the
right.
left, it would have been in.
But it's crazy to think about because like if that's true, like they can see into like that far, can they reverse or forward it so they could see what's gonna, you know what I mean, happen?
That's what I'm wondering is like, are we at the
I guess you.
end? Are we at the end of the timeline? You know what I mean?
I know what you're
Like,
saying.
if we look back,
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna see
can you
the
look
beginning of the timeline.
right? So, are we at the end of the timeline, or are we somewhere in the middle of the timeline, and there's shit that's already happened other places?
I guess it's
Because aliens,
we
if aliens are that far advanced, they got to be further ahead than us.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it just depends, I guess. Everyone has their own timeline. Everyone's timeline would be current.
I guess whatever galaxy you're
Yeah.
in would be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's weird.
It's crazy to think about, dude. Like this is why I love thinking about these things. It's mind-boggling. Like you don't even know how to take it or how to even think about it.
Yeah, that's
like,
weird.
Like unless they look at like instead of going the distance to see it, if they only look zoomed in 3/4 of that, would they see more time has gone by and do half? They could still see it, but it's a billion light years.
What if we're actually more advanced than the aliens that come here? Yeah, I know they have ships and stuff like that, but like, what if like our television technology or our cell phone technology
is like
all these things
is insane to them?
Yeah, like that's the only thing that they've done is make.
Well, I'm telling you right now, they don't have telescopes.
Well, they see us, they find us somehow. Motherfuckers got Google Maps or something. I don't know. They chisel those ships out of stone and then.
Yep.
But like, what if that's their only advancement? You know what I mean? Like, they don't even have electricity on our planet. They just have
why is the Earth shooting a laser over there? Boom.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, they start colonizing and taking over like Darth Vader. I can see it. It's not impossible.
Oh god.
It's crazy to think about that. Like I think about that all the time when I think about space. I'm like, how can they do that? And when you'll never find someone that far away because of it's just in our current time, or let's just say we found them. The time for us to even get there, that whole world would probably already be dead.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
But they get here. You know what I mean? Like,
if they did, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that means they were already on their way, or they know how to go through wormholes.
Right. Unless you employ the wormhole theory, that's the only way that you.
I think we need to just do a podcast on this because it's such a fun topic.
Oh, I know. Oh, dude, I love talking about aliens and shit like that.
Aliens, just space traveling, wormholes, black holes.
This, I was reading a thing about the James Webb telescope. I saw a funny meme. It said the James Webb Telescope first coming online, and then like it had a fuzzy sticker over it that said "Please remove before use." Like
And they didn't?
over the screen. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Somebody forgot to peel.
Oh, it's all fucking
They just
We're
launched
fucked up.
a $10 billion satellite, and they forgot to take the
You
sticker
know
off.
they'd be sending people up there. That is a massive telescope, dude. That's huge.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's
It's
insane.
insanely huge, dude. Well,
I don't know
wanna
how they get the
Is it gonna
technology.
is that gonna orbit us, or is it gonna be sent out? I think it's
I
gonna be
think
sent
it-
out, right?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
The
I
only
don't
thing
know
I'm
if
thinking of, with all the debris in Earth's orbit, how would
Well,
that thing survive?
that's what they're starting to worry about, putting
Yeah.
more satellites up there.
Yep.
I think there's like 90 something SpaceX satellites up there right now,
Mm-hmm.
and hundreds of other, thousands of
It's thousands.
other
dude.
countries and whatever. Like, how does this shit not bang into each other? Like, you think eventually something's gonna fucking smack into something.
And you got to think that shit's traveling fast, dude. Like,
yeah,
we're talking like 20,000 miles per hour, probably.
right. But I mean,
Through
all
orbit.
of it is. So it's like, I guess if you get in the right sync, you're good. But I don't know. I'd be afraid to launch off into space with all that shit floating around. You finally get out of the atmosphere and something clips your wing. And
I know, man. You're done for, dude. Even something the size of like a penny, you'd be
oh
fucking
shit, SpaceX, bam! It takes
done.
out your. I can't.
Like, how did they get out there
I don't know.
with all the
Earth-
shit flying around?
The Earth's flat, bro. They didn't go out there.
I already know. I already know.
You son of a bitch.
You're a flat earther. It's okay. We've been fighting this one.
Uh,
He's been going to counseling.
You're just waiting for me to listen. I talk about it every week in counseling. You're just
Ian's
waiting.
been
for
going
me
to counseling for this.
you're just waiting for me to come out with it, aren't you?
Sorry, I already know this. You sit down. Everyone knows
Oh.
Ian is a flat earther.
Listen, I just had some questions. That's all.
Yeah, and those questions were fucking redonkulous. Did you fucking see the answers that we were getting?
Yeah, some of them were ridiculous. I agree.
I'm sorry, but
Some of them
out there
kinda-
is not a
Some
puddle,
of them,
a
some
puddle of water. Really?
of them kind of.
Let's get on the souls. All right, the
soul.
soul.
Okay, well, that now you're being ridiculous. Stop.
What do you mean I'm being ridiculous? This is your preacher.
Now,
So
whoa! Listen, I told you a year ago before we started this podcast that I wanted a flat earther on the podcast.
I'm sorry, bro. And
and I
he swung
achieved-
you. He swung you.
I achieved my goal. I won. I got him on the podcast.
And you can thank him at the convention you want to go to.
I do want to go to that convention.
I know you do.
And you want to
And
too.
I do
motherfucker.
too. But
I see.
I only want to go so I can prove them wrong.
You want to go, and you're gonna leave convinced, and you're gonna be a fucking flat earther when you're done.
No.
I
I would
believe you're
never
going
be
to.
a flat earther.
I believe you're easily swayed, and they're gonna
No,
get you.
no. I mean, I was right there. I'm just joking. Oh no,
they lost me at the souls.
That and the bottle.
All right, that was the most okay. Out of all of the research that I did, and the times that I've listened to him, and the times that I've listened to all these podcasts talk about flat Earth and stuff like that.
But I love how they like make us globers, they call us, look like complete idiots when we're
because I
not.
was totally into learning about it and I wanted to know what the mindset was. I wanted to know what you had to believe that
the
the
Earth is flat.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like what, and
Do
and
they
what
all have
evidence,
the same mindset? Yes.
and what evidence would it take for you to say, "Oh shit, you're right"? My bad.
There'll
over a
never
year
be
ago.
enough evidence for them, no matter what.
Ever. No, never. There never will be.
Even if they were
And
offered a free chip in space, they'll never
Yeah.
fucking
they
admit it.
yeah, they would find a way, which is the problem that I have with the whole flat Earth theory, is that they have an answer for everything. Some of them are completely ridiculous.
Yes.
Like a star is being a soul. Like that doesn't, you got.
I don't even want to get onto that one.
Now you're talking about a whole different mindset. Like you're talking about religion at that point, and you know what I mean, like weird
Yeah.
beliefs. And
I have
you know.
nothing against those people. I don't believe in that shit.
I want to go to their convention, bro. I don't know why it's so
I'm pretty sure we'll be booed out of there with pitchforks and fucking fire.
We've never been thrown out so fast ever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you guys are who?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna get one of those like Halloween costumes that inflate, but I'm gonna be the globe walking in. I'd be turned right around.
Severe beating had by a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Flat Earth. Where's that thing at? South Carolina? North. We got
Something
it.
like that. Yeah,
I got.
somewhere up there.
I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta
But
check
like
this out.
the thing is, they'll always mock you for what you say, but we can't do it to them without them getting butt hurt.
Well, I mean,
You know what I mean?
that's kind of everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of way everybody is. Like, you know, you either people either believe what you believe or they're fucking, you know,
Mhm.
stupid. And but they take it to another level. I'll give you that.
Oh yeah, a completely other level, dude.
I mean, you know, they talk about the best part about the flat Earth was the idea of aliens, and I've heard them talk about, you know, the extraterrestrials, extra land. You know what I mean? Like outside the firmament or dome or whatever you want to call it. So they don't really come from outer space. They come from Earth. It's just flat, and we can't get to where they're at. So that's the mindset.
I love how they'll say flat Earth, but then they'll say it's a dome. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't use both.
Well, the Earth is flat. There's a dome over it that holds us in and holds all the gravity. Well, gravity doesn't exist. Gravity's a lie.
Man,
but
furthest from the truth.
They think that, and they use the line of sight theory a lot. You know what I mean?
And they were disproved on it too.
Right.
There was even a video of a guy like doing it and disproving himself.
And disproving himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know everyone's seen the video. If you know,
I've
like
seen
about flat Earth, like it's fun to watch those because he's like, yeah, but it should be right there. Oh, and then like they look like idiots. I'm sorry. Unless those are people that are like doing that on purpose, pretending to do that. You know what I mean? But
well, the Flat Earth Society is a government-run misinformation campaign. Did you learn anything? We just did a whole thing on this.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, but there's no way.
It there's a lot of it that sounds really insane. Like
there's nothing to change those people's minds.
No, there's not. You're not going to convince those people.
Not even if you took them to space. Okay. Yeah. Well, this window is a TV screen.
This window's curved, and yeah, exactly.
Watch me break it. Don't do that.
They all be dead. And we all die.
Yep. Where's the water now?
Oh God,
with more and more people going to space, you would think
it's such a fascinating.
You know what I mean?
It's such a fascinating topic to me, though. For some reason, I just can't. I don't understand how people's mind works, and I love trying to figure out how they think. You know what I mean? Because it just doesn't, like, how do you?
Well, the thing is, those are the type of people that will bite onto one conspiracy and then branch it off into 1,000 of them from that. You know what I mean? Then they're going crazy.
Those people are typically conspiracy theorists, anyways, across the board.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, nobody distrusts the government more than me. Like, I believe we've been lied to 100 million times, and that's all they do. And some of it probably for good reason, and some of it just, you know, for financial gain from them, and they don't want us to know what they're doing.
Yep.
So that's kind of how I see that. But I mean,
I think majority of people can go with that and agree.
You know what my problem is mainly with the flat Earth is that it doesn't make sense why they would lie about it. You know what I mean? Like, the official answer from the flat earthers is it's about control. You know what I mean? It's about they can control you. They don't want you to know that you're more than you are, which is a very ambiguous statement. You know what I mean? What the fuck does that mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I leave the firmament, will I grow, you know, age slower? Will, you know, what I mean? Like, what more am I? Like, this is what I am. Whether, you know, whether
they throw the statements out there to make themselves, you know, to make it look.
They use these big words, and, you know, they don't ever really explain anything to you. Like, you got to talk to me like I'm 3, like I'm retarded. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I want you to talk to me and explain this to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, they just don't, they never do it. You can never get that, you know, answer.
The simplest answers.
Right.
At all.
Like, why would the government lie about it? It doesn't matter. Like, what does it matter? What if you woke up tomorrow and the earth was flat? What would that mean for you? You
Exactly.
know what I mean? Like, other than the fact that they've lied to you, and I think everybody knows that the government lies to us, but why?
But I
What
don't
does it
think they have
matter?
anything to
What's the
lie
difference?
about with
Like,
this.
I'm still gonna go to work tomorrow. I'm still gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still gonna do everything I did today because I still got bills to pay. Like,
Yeah,
what?
exactly. It's not going to change literally anything.
Right.
But do you
And
think
their
the
point
world's
is,
going to stop when people
right.
find out something else?
And their point is, oh, it's about control. That's how they control you. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know what that means. That's, again, it's an ambiguous statement that makes no sense. Like, give me a detail. Like, I don't have to pay my cell phone bill tomorrow if the earth is flat? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like,
Right? We
what
won.
benefit do I get?
We
Right.
won.
Right.
That's about it. Bragging
Right. We
rights.
were right. Okay, you're right. Now what? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted to ask him, but you couldn't get a fucking word in edgewise the guy.
You couldn't get in anything, dude. He'd make fun of
No.
anything you try to say.
Yes, and it was immediately, shot down, or
Yep.
you talked over or whatever.
Cool to think about with the fucking James Hubble telescope, dude. I just want to know, when are we gonna get the first pictures?
I hope they find out the Earth's flat.
Oh, don't you dare.
Wouldn't that be fucked up tomorrow? They just get pictures back of the flat Earth.
Hell no.
I'm gonna be the first motherfucker to be like, see, I told you.
Yeah, you would too. You would.
I was right the whole time. You guys are losers. You believe anything.
Oh man. They've proven it time and time and over again. The Earth is round.
Oh, I just
But
want a flat Earth picture.
I just can't wait to see, like, I don't even know when the expected pictures are going to be taken, because it's probably going to take a while to set up and go through all the process to get that thing opened and to take pictures. But still, I think it's going to be awesome to see what they can come up with. And what happens when
I don't know how you make heads and tails of that shit up there. You know what I mean? Like, they
Directional.
showed one picture of, I think it was the Hubble or whatever, that took the picture of all the galaxies. You can see a bunch of different galaxies.
Yeah.
But how do you make heads and tails of what's what? You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
they're all white dots to me.
Well, yeah, to that, yeah,
You
but
know what I mean?
to them, they can see so much more data than we can ever see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they probably get, they
It's
give
the
us,
data. It's what's coming in. They
yeah,
can
they
tell
just,
what's a planet, what's a moon.
they don't want to,
Shadows. They go off of shadows too in front of suns, stars,
they're trying to hide the flat Earth, bro.
to determine on how big those planets are.
Yeah.
But like, if they're looking into space and they're seeing these fucking planets, why aren't those flat? It's like that meme that I posted. Everything around you is
Yeah.
except the Earth is a fucking cardboard
Well,
box.
well,
Weird
the
how
answer,
nature works.
the answer to that is that it's everything that we see is on like a revolving slideshow, basically. You know what I mean? The one thing I'll tell you about the flat Earth that makes you look and go, okay, let's at least look at it, is people the flight pass. Like, I've looked into some of the flight pass stuff,
I
and
understand that. Yeah.
it's legit. Like, if
Like,
you had it on the flat Earth map. Now, listen, I don't know where they came up with this flat Earth map. I don't know if
they just copied the regular map. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, when they flattened it out somehow, but somehow they, adjusted for all the curvature and all this other stuff. But like, if you look at a flat Earth map, their flight paths are like pretty legit. Like, they're pretty, like how the stops that you would take in between places, like they're pretty accurate. Like the flight maps and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's why that is,
Or they've made it in a way where it just lines up that way and it looks legit.
maybe, but I guess I was reading one article that they said that the aviation maps are based on, I don't want to say a flat Earth map because it's not a flat Earth map, but a different style map that, what you would see.
It's called.
Yeah, there's a name for it. And that's basically what they use for the flat Earth, essentially. You know what I mean? Which would change the measurements of everything. Like, you know what I mean? If you flatten everything out, you're moving everything further, everything at the bottom, you're moving further away from each other. So you would think like from South America to Australia you would be able to pinpoint, you'd be able to do the math and see, okay, on a round globe, this is how long it takes. On a flat Earth map, this is how long it takes, and this is how long it takes. You know what I mean? Because
It's
it
just
moves.
imagine
It essentially moves them further apart if you flatten out.
it only
the
depends
globe.
on if you're traveling north or south. You know what I mean? Like if I
Yeah.
need to go to like, let's just say I'm in South Africa or South America, and I need to get to Antarctica. I'm not gonna go up. I'm gonna go down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it takes half.
Yeah.
It takes less time.
Right. Yeah.
It's confusing on how to explain that kind of map, as in like the flat Earth
Yeah,
map.
because like you look at pictures of it, like you can just Google flat Earth map, and I don't like I would think you'd be able to make measurements based on that. You know, people that fly and stuff like that, and could
Yeah.
tell you the orientation of things. You know what I mean? Like if
Mhm.
you're on a globe, that's going to change the orientation of everything.
Yeah.
Because when you flatten it out, it just kind of opens up at the bottom.
I know what you're
and,
saying.
And Antarctica goes all the way around, you know, our pond of where we live.
Don't you fucking dare.
See what I did there? See what
Yeah,
I did
I know
there?
what you did there. You took it in from the fucking.
I'm working you, bro. I'm working you.
Just a puddle. We're inside that puddle. What's outside of the walls?
We're in a pond, bro. We're in a big pond.
Hell no, dude.
With ice walls.
I'm just gonna say no on that. You think that they'd be able to make a simulation? You know what I mean, like a video game simulation almost on those flight patterns on everything. For flat Earth to disprove it or prove it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you would think there would be something. There probably is. I just too stupid to find it.
Game's called Flat Earth Days. Sorry, I had to.
No, I had that game. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No.
I had that game the day it came out.
I liked him as a person. I don't believe in that.
He was an interesting character for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was interesting.
He kind of reminds me of the guy from like Wolf on Wall Street.
You know, the problem that
the energy?
the problem that I have with him is that it's the same problem I had before I talked to him. I don't know if he really believes this. You know what I mean?
Or just going off of this because it's popular and it's gaming.
There's a part of me that believes that this guy really believes this, like wholeheartedly, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a part of me like this guy is.
As soon as the camera's off, he's like, "What fucking idiots?"
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I went through some of his Instagram posts and stuff when we were trying to get a hold of him, and he's a boater, he's a fisherman. You know what I mean? Like, there's pictures of his boat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like. So he knows like basic navigation, like when you're, you know, if you're a big boater and stuff like that, you kind of inherently learn some of that shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, and he's got a pretty decent sized boat. Like, you know, the dude seems like he does okay. And supposedly he had like a big 6-figure job before he quit and started doing the flat Earth, you know, before he became a flat Earth.
Then every single person that he knew just stopped talking to him.
Right.
Not saying that in a bad way, just they probably thought he was crazy.
Well, that's what, you know, most people think about flat earthers. But I'm not crazy.
It's all right. It's all right.
Been tested.
We already know where you stand. I don't have to ask anymore.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I just don't know. I'm going to share my secret rocket.
Oh god. Fucking great.
We definitely have to do a podcast on aliens, wormholes, and black holes. And
I want to do wormholes, dude. I want to look into
dude,
that.
I am so down to do one of those. You get lost in it.
And Hollow Earth.
Definitely. Oh, that's hands down. I would do one.
See, Hollow Earth goes along with Flat Earth, bro.
That's it. No.
See, you're gonna be a flat earther by the time I'm done. My goal is to make
I can't
you
believe
a flat
you
earther.
are a flat earther.
No, listen, my goal
And then
is
you
to
see about like
make you
6 episodes later, I'm a flat earther.
My goal in life is to make you a flat earther.
And
then after I get you fully convinced and on board 100%, be like, nah, bitch, I'm just kidding. You're stupid.
I've already gone down the rabbit hole. I just can't believe you're a flat earther, bro. It's all right. I mean,
my goal is to make you a flat earther. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it.
Man,
Whatever
you're just
it
asking
takes.
yourself, you want to know what those kind of people think. I mean, just look in the mirror. Look in the mirror.
Oh man.
Yep.
This guy.
It's all right. I mean, people, I'm not gonna judge on camera.
I feel like you're judging me. I feel
I
like
had to judge on camera just when we hit off.
Don't let me catch you with that camera on,
Yep.
motherfucker.
Uh,
Oh boy.
I want to know what they think about the James Hubble telescope.
Oh, it's all
You know what I
a
mean?
way to it's all a way to scam money, and it's not real. Just ask me, I'll tell you.
I mean, that's exactly probably what they'd say. Yeah, you're right.
That's exactly what they would say.
Yep.
I write most of their talking points for them.
They're hiding something else. You know what I mean? This is just a cover up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This is and that's
Well,
that's the
they
sad
just
part. It would go that route. You know
when
what I
we
mean?
talked to him, they had just done the Blue Origin flight, right? Or is that SpaceX?
Yeah,
where
because
they
all he
sent
talked
them?
about is all he brought up to make funny points is that the rocket ships looks like dicks. Like
Yeah.
that was like his main point. Oh, they're
Yes.
just sexual people. No, that's
And
like
like
how
my
aerodynamics. That's how you have to get a rocket up there, dude.
my whole point was to ask him, like, what do you think of, the events of, like, it was that day, I think, like,
No,
or
it was.
the
It was.
last
It was
couple
the
of days.
second day.
Yeah, like, what do you think of all the people that are doing space flights now and stuff like that? And obviously, the Earth, his point about like people on planes and stuff, where the glass is curved on the plane, so it makes
Yeah.
it look like it's all an optical illusion or whatever.
Yep. A fisheye.
But he never,
lens.
but he never would answer the question. And like, I've known people that have been to real, like, the Kennedy Space Center and like seen shuttles take off. You
Dude,
know what I mean?
we
Like,
gotta go there.
that'd be so cool to see that.
Couple-hour drive.
But to see that one of those take off, like, those people would have to all be in on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Every single, and he was like
How
showing
many
pictures of like
people-
little kids that were in on it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He was
like, how
showing
many
that.
people would be in on it? And that was one of the questions that I wanted to ask him was, do you even understand the number of people that would have to be in on this conspiracy for it to be
100,000
true?
people in front of it
mean,
watching.
You would have to.
What are you gonna
have
do? Pay
a-
everyone $20 and give them a public coupon?
Yeah, like, right. And they're all like crisis actors. Like, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
that was his answer, was like,
Oh,
they're
this
all
guy was
actors.
in this video. Oh no, okay, yeah.
Oh, right,
Maybe
right.
the guy likes going to the space launches.
Right. Maybe
Like,
he lives on the road. I don't
it-
know. What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. But you're right. Like, how everyone's faking it on for TV.
Right.
Like,
right.
some things
I
don't.
just want to know why. I just want to hear like a legit story as to the legit reason as to why they would lie to us about it. Like, other than they're just being controlled. Like, I get
Exactly.
that. Okay, we're being controlled.
And not,
okay, but
not the same
we're-
answers we
but
hear
we're-
every single time.
but we're
That's-
being controlled every day. You know what I mean? Like, there's laws that don't let you
like
speak.
people
There's
don't
laws
want
that
chips in their fucking hands. Listen up. You got a cell phone that records everything.
don't. Right.
You know what I mean? That is your chip. That is your fucking. That is a computer that knows everything about you.
I hope
Like,
they
so
go
you
with
don't
they
even
listen
need
to
a
with
chip.
me.
You got a fucking cell phone that literally scans your face.
Right. And
Like-
everybody has their, and nobody goes anywhere without their cell phone.
Exactly.
You know what
So-
I mean?
So the
Like-
government doesn't need like those like the chips that everyone talks about.
Right.
If you think about it, they don't need it because they can
They don't need
track
it.
every second of you. They can
Mhm.
turn on your camera and look at you. The chip couldn't do any of that. They can find out where you're at.
And they
spending
made
habits.
they made it to where you almost absolutely have to have a cell phone. Like,
These days. You have to.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I can't think of a scenario in which you could live your life without a cell phone. You know
You
what
don't
I
know where a payphone is?
mean?
1-800-COL.
Where did I see a pay? I saw a payphone. Where did I see one? I wanna
You
say
probably
was in
saw
Cali-
it up in the mountains in the
I
old
want to say it
town.
was in, yeah, I want to say it was in California.
It's
But
probably in that
yeah,
olden town that looks like it's in the movies.
listen, when I was in the desert, bro, there is fucking nothing out there.
Just dead, man.
Where these people live, man. I mean,
Like
I
you get
can't
shot.
even-
Only the town knows. You know what I mean?
I can't even explain it to you what it's like unless you see it or unless you've lived there. Like, you'll drive through the desert for an hour and literally see nothing.
except
And then
desert.
there's a town. You know what I mean?
yep.
And not like, not like a big town. Like the
Like
kind of town you would see
15
in
people.
the kind of town you would see in Tremors. You know what I mean? The movie
Yeah.
Tremors, like that
Yep.
type of town. And they just live there. And I know, it's super expensive to live in like LA and, in the big cities over there. So you can't live there,
Yeah.
unless you're making big money. Like you probably have to make half
That
a
would
million dollars a
suck
year.
to live out there. Like, imagine when your AC breaks then. Oh,
Yeah, and they have to literally drive, an hour and a half, 2 hours to work because that's where they work. That's the only
imagine if you
place
had
to
an
work.
imagine if you had an emergency.
Yeah, the only place to work is in the big cities. L.A., San Diego, those type of places.
Yeah.
So, I mean, other than like gas stations and stuff along the route.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going through Nevada, there's like little casino towns where like you'll see like a monster casino and like a little town built around it.
Of course,
and like,
the
but that
workers are
casino
the
is
ones around
literally,
it.
yeah, like that casino is literally the entire town. I mean, that's
Yep.
everybody that lives there works there. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
it's insane to drive
probably an
through
Indian
it.
preserve or something.
Yeah, and if you've never driven through it, it's like it just.
It's insane.
I said it. I said it 100 times when I was there. Like how do you live here? Like how do you do this? Yeah, like just I mean, you won't see nothing for miles and miles and miles. It's just desert, like just flat desert, and then
Just
mountains.
reminds me of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre pulling into the wrong town.
Yeah,
Like, I'm fucked.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like there's nothing
Pulling into a
there.
town that everyone's a cannibal. Fuck.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, imagine just those weird towns you come across. Like, oh man,
And-
everyone knows everyone, but they don't like outsiders, and they're like,
And there's a
Come
lot
on.
of homeless people there.
how can
But
they survive that, dude?
That was my point. You know what I mean? Like I often wonder that when, like, okay, there's a lot of homeless people, kind of everywhere, but mostly in big cities. And like you're never going to get out of that living in San Diego. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to go find some miraculous job that pays $500,000 a year because
Yeah.
for whatever reason that is that you're homeless or down on your luck or whatever you want to call it, you're probably not a lawyer or a doctor, and you're probably not making,
headed that route
what
either.
I mean? Not making that kind of money.
Yeah.
So you're never going to get out of it there. You know what I mean?
Why
and
choose there?
and maybe that's not, maybe that's the point. Like they're never going to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because if I was homeless and I was in that scenario, I would go to the cheapest place I could find and try to get a little bit of a job. And I know a lot of them probably have mental problems and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I guess on the flip side is everybody's got money there that's there. So, they'll give you your handouts are probably, you probably make $300 a day on handouts.
Oh yeah.
But $300 a day there don't get you nothing. You know what I mean? Like
Nothing.
it's like $50 a day here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That whole world is pretty insane to me. And I realize, people probably have like mental problems, stuff like that, and soldiers and stuff like that. But
not all of them.
Not all of them. Like there's people out there, and
that's just straight up like smoking crack.
that like
I'm gonna say it.
I worked with a guy for about 3 years, and he wasn't homeless at the time, but he was homeless before he moved here.
Oh, okay.
And he told me, he's like, dude, it's just easier being homeless. Like from where it was
like
from.
in general.
Yeah, it's just easier being homeless. He had a car, but it was, he lived in his car or whatever. But he was like, I don't know. There's no responsibility.
It's becoming more and more popular too, that people like younger adults are buying RVs and just living in them and getting remote jobs.
A lot of people are doing that. And
technically they're homeless, you know what I mean? But they're not.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, you got to be responsible with it. Because if you have like a laptop and you got Wi-Fi, you can do anything. Right. You can make any money online you want to. Like,
well, that's just it. Yeah, you could do that. But
we're talking about people that have problems.
Well, yeah, like flat earthers and stuff.
Yeah, some bad problems.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I've never been in that situation, so I don't know. But
let's put ourselves in that situation.
No,
let's go for like a weekend and hang out under the bridge.
That would be an interesting. That would be an experiment to do. Just live.
I'm not going back.
Yeah, just live homeless.
Tyler, I just stay out there and you go back to everyday life. It's easy.
Like, all right, dude, it's Sunday night. Let's go. And you're like, nah, I'm good. Like,
I'm pretty comfy.
I'm like, no, it doesn't work this way, bro. Like, we gotta go back.
I could never do it, man. I could never do it. I feel bad for a majority of those people, but the other half, they don't want to do better.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that it's just life is easier and they have zero ambition, and it's just easier to live off whatever, And then you have the people that just panhandle that go over to their Mercedes and drive home after they're done panhandling for the day.
Very true.
You know what I mean? Like they had a whole 60 Minutes article thing about that.
Dude, some of them make like upwards of $100,000 a year.
Yeah. fucking panhandling.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I don't even need to be trained.
exactly.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. That would be a really interesting. Dude, we should do that. We should do it. We should do like
Just hang out for the
weekend
day.
of
Well, you got to think
just
about it. They to survive like down here. I know there's a lot of people that like love like free world, all this like
Yeah.
whatnot. But like if you think about it, like we have like the local flea markets that have people bring produce every fucking weekend, every
Uh-huh.
week, every single day where we live.
Uh-huh.
There is a flea market in our town somewhere.
Yes.
You can easily do it. People that like
Yes.
I wouldn't say freeload, but just want to live off the grid.
Yeah.
Because there's people that buy land and basically do that. They go
Mm-hmm.
homeless, not really, but they'll build like a shed or they'll build like storage units into a house. That's
Yeah.
cool, dude. I actually know some people that have done that around here.
I got a friend of a friend that built those container homes.
Mhm.
They use those like shipping container homes or whatever.
Yep.
It's actually pretty cool. Like
Some of them are
actually,
extremely nice. And you would
actually-
never even know.
right. Some of them are actually done really, really nice. There's a show on it's one of these like Netflix or something. I don't know.
Doomsday preppers.
But they do stuff like it's living off
Oh
the
no,
grid.
I know what you're talking about. I know what
They live off the grid, and the guy like goes around and like legit builds like container homes.
Yep.
And you know, they wherever it is, it's really cold because they only have like 3 months to do it before winter hits again.
Yeah.
So
I've seen it
they
in
gotta-
Alaska.
Maybe it might have been in Alaska. I forget where this particular one was, but
Yeah.
they build container homes. And see, I don't even know if you could do that here because
You
like,
can.
zoning ordinances and
You
shit.
can
know
out
what
in
I mean? Like,
Arcadia,
well, yeah, I guess I'll
just
I don't know if
not in Cape. They wouldn't allow
yeah,
it
you couldn't do it. I'm gonna do it
because
right
it doesn't
off
look
El Dorado.
good enough for the city.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And it's tarnishing our city. So
A lot of places are doing tiny homes.
Yeah.
They're like
those are getting
community,
bigger and bigger, man.
like a
A
whole
community of them. Yeah.
yeah, like a whole community of tiny homes.
Dude, have you seen the ones that you can buy from Home Depot now? It's like two
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah,
Little
right.
fucking house. It's like a mini house. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's perfectly for two people. I mean, a
Well,
little
a lot
snug,
of them
but
are on like wheels and shit built on a trailer. I mean, basically you're building your own
yeah.
camper. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
but like these people live in them. Like it's full blown, 400 square foot of living. And I don't know, dude.
These are mini homes, mini doors. We get in arguments. I'll talk to you later. Hold on. You crawl inside of it, then slam it.
You can't. You can't fight in
It's
a
like
tiny
a
home.
small door.
Where the fuck are you gonna go? You know what I mean? I can't even
Oh,
be pissed
man.
off at you because every time I
Nope.
turn around, you're there.
Yep. It'd be fucking.
We could go to the
hilarious.
furthest distance away from each other inside the house, and
and it'd
be able
still
to
be
reach out
about 3.5 feet, bitch.
Still- Chantel wants to do that, man. She
Oh
wants
my
one of these
God.
tiny houses, and I'm like, first of all, you collect everything under the sun. There's
It would
no
never
chance in
happen, dude.
hell.
It would never happen.
She hasn't thrown anything out since I don't know '84, and
Yeah.
it's fucking retarded.
Trust me, I know how that goes.
Oh my god.
I would
If
need
you
one
just-
for myself and then one to share. I'm like, okay. I'm going
Well,
over
that's
here.
what I said. I said, well, I'll build my own community. I'll
Yeah.
buy like 4 lots in Cape Coral, and I'll just put like, and any
would
kids can
work.
have their own. I'll have my own. She can have her own, and
Could fit like 8 houses on 2
That's it.
lots.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Line them up. Line them up.
That
I mean,
yes,
a good idea.
I could
Right
probably
now
pull
on
them
my-
in there.
On my 3, you son of a bitch.
Oh god damn it, we almost made it. We almost made it. I got you, bitch.
Fucker. On my 3D printer, I'm actually building a Oculus Quest holder for the paddles and the headset.
I've
It looks
seen those.
so bad, dude. If it turns out good, it's
I've
about
seen those.
it takes 12 hours to make or 10 hours to make, and I'm about halfway done, maybe a little longer. But it looks fucking legit.
I've
And
seen some of them, and they look
I'll make
really
you one,
good.
dude. This one's
Yeah,
badass.
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I want one.
I'll make.
I
you
gotta
one.
We gotta update that Poker Stars VR, bro.
Jerome still playing it?
Oh yeah, he tried to get me on last night, and I was I don't even know what I was doing. I was my daughter's flight was fucking retarded late. She sat on the runway.
Did you
for
see
like-
that? Did you see like they're canceling a lot of flights right now?
Well, and I think that's part of the problem is she got on the plane, she went to take off, they taxied out onto the runway, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna be able to take off for 2 hours because there's too many planes ahead of us." I'm like, "You better take me back to the gate, motherfucker."
Yeah.
2 hours. Like,
They sat
you sh-
there.
You should have planned this better. It's not my fault. I mean, fuck
Damn,
off.
that would suck, dude.
They used to do it to where like they tax you out for like 8 hours, man. They made it illegal. They finally made it illegal to where you can't do that no more. If it's over a certain amount of time, they gotta take you back to the gate.
Fuck that.
Yeah, people were like freaking out, dude. You imagine sitting on a tin can doing like it's one thing if you're moving and you're making progress. Another thing just to sit there and do nothing
and not be
like,
comfy next to the person that's coughing on you.
Right.
Like,
Got her
it wouldn't be a
Chinese food
good
opened
time.
up in the fucking
Yeah. Screw
No,
that.
so yeah, she was late getting out.
That happened
then-
to Taylor, his fiance Jenny. Her mom flew in 2 weeks ago, and she got there at 11 o'clock to pick her up. The plane kept circling and kept circling for like a half an hour, and then it went all the way to West Palm Beach and landed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Told her, yeah, we'll give you a flight in the morning back to Fort Myers. Like, imagine that shit.
They probably couldn't get in because too many planes landing. And
Yeah,
then they
dude.
probably running low on gas, and they had to fucking
They had to fucking yeet it all the way across the state.
That's
That
insane,
would
man.
suck, dude.
Yeah, that's insane.
Hell no. But I say our next podcast definitely has to be fucking wormholes, aliens, and fucking some conspiracies.
Down.
I'm down for that.
I found
You
some
gotta
cool
do
ones that I'll tell you about them. They're pretty. I found some cool shit to talk about.
We'll definitely have to do that. But everyone, we're gonna cut it here. Hopefully it was a great podcast and everyone liked listening to it. Check us out on YouTube for the live video of it. And always check us out on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on iHeart. Spotify is a good one. I think it's the easiest to get around to Spotify.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, you guys have a great one. And check us out next week. We're gonna have a new episode about wormholes and conspiracies along with aliens.
Right.
I think
later.
Later, guys.
Cool. Later.
See ya.